Okay, all right, overall a good day, 100-play scrimmage. We let all the quarterbacks go live but JR. I thought that was really good, not only for the quarterbacks, but it was great for the defense. It was pretty hot out there. That was the third day in a row. Our guys, I really feel like overall responded really well. They tried to push through. They tried to be good teammates, encouraging each other. A lot of good things happening. There's a lot of big picture things that we clean up, and our coaches will do that, but gave us great information just from where we're at. And we did start out with live field goals at the first of the scrimmage. Then we went scrimmage. We took a break at halftime. We had 3 live punt returns, which is really good. We have more depth, I believe, this year, so it's really good for those situations to be able to see some kind of order, so we can start preparing all the little details with that. We finished up the scrimmage after that, and but overall feel good about where we're at, just from a big picture standpoint. Questions?
Because I know it's still pretty early, having reviewed the film and everything, but offensively, how would you evaluate, just with your own eyes, how you guys did today?
Yeah, I thought there were some good things. We got to play faster. We got tired and it didn't play fast enough. I mean, this new clock rule and everything that goes with that's got to be a huge advantage for us. But besides that, I think offense turned the ball over 2 times, which obviously that's not good, but it was also great for the defense to get after the football with that.
What do you think you learned about your team this first full week of fall camp?
Just from a team standpoint with the standard, we're ahead of where we were last year at this time. But to be honest with you, that's on me. I'm the one that sets the tone for our standard, and just making sure the coaches and us, everybody brings our A game every day with the little things. Not so much worried about the scheme. The scheme comes. It's just attitude. It's doing everything every day like a champion does. And being able to trust each other, because it's a great time on a hot day like this. When you're hot, you deal with adversity, you deal with success. How are you going to respond to leaders? We got some great leaders, and they're starting to each day step up and chip away where it's their team, and they are accountable to each other. And so each day I've seen that. So after day 5, I feel good. I mean, we're a long way to go, but right now we're better than we were last year.
You brought in a lot of new guys. What's it like to get your first look in a scrimmage setting at some of those guys?
Yeah, I mean, we got some talent, and I've said that before. I mean, the new guys we brought in, they're learning how we operate. They're learning our standard. They came from different kind of programs. Our freshmen, we got a very talented group of freshmen. It's great to see them out there playing real football. And the ones that are here in the spring, they got, they're a little bit in a different spot than the ones that just got here. But the ones that just got here got some talent, so it's really good. We had 3 different groups. I think everybody got a chance to get in there and show what they can do.
How would you describe the battle that you're seeing at the center position this campaign?
Right now Coach Hand is rotating all 3 guys equally. I mean, obviously that's going to have to narrow down here, and hopefully we'll have some information after this scrimmage to get some order. Obviously, from a quarterback standpoint, when you're taking 3 different snaps from 3 different centers, that's a challenge. But the good thing is we got 3 guys we feel like can play, but we got to start getting some order.
How is that backup quarterback position shaking out between Timmy, Xavier, and Dylan?
I think all 3 can help us. I'd say that. We went live for a reason today. Anytime you go live, everything's clear. I do think that was great. Who protects the football? Who can escape? Who can make good decisions and not turn the ball over? I mean, that's really the big thing, from my standpoint.
So the offense had 2 turnovers. So what stood out to you about what you saw in the defense?
Say it again.
What stood out from you? What stood out to you about the defense today? You said the offense had 2 turnovers.
Yeah, that's been one of our point of emphasis, getting after the quarterback, and it was good for our defensive guys to get after our live quarterback. There was a few sacks right there. It was good for the quarterbacks in the pocket to feel that. But we've been talking about turnovers, and our defense has done a really good job, getting after the ball and doing a better job of creating turnovers so far. It was 2 today, but every day up to this point, I think they've made an emphasis on it, and that's going to be a big key to our success this year.
There was a lot of talk about Xavier Townsend wanting to step up more into that slot role. What did you see from him today?
Yeah, I mean, he's a veteran now. I mean, last year he was a true freshman. He was learning as he went. He had a really good spring. I mean, he's a veteran. Yeah, he's a real player. And the thing I appreciate about him is he brings his A game every day. He doesn't have bad days. He's really emotionally strong and just a guy you can count on.
During media day, several of the players talked about missed opportunities, that has been a point of emphasis, especially looking back to last season. How critical is that to seize on those opportunities that come on during the game?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about. It's about improvement and looking at the mistakes you made in the past, and that starts with the head coach. You know, every day every year I got to evaluate myself. That's why I go back and I look at every game and every situation. Doesn't matter, I've been coaching 33 years. You got to keep striving to improve, and so, you know, I think that's what all, you know, coaches and players should do, you know, every year.
One of your summer transfers was wide receiver Corey Gamage. I know he's a very experienced player in Marshall. I think he led them in receiving last year. How is he kind of, you know, integrated into everything?
He's doing a good job. He just needs to get in shape. And every day he's getting a little bit better in that. I mean, we play practice extremely fast and all that, but he has shined at certain times, but just needs to get in shape, and he'll definitely be able to help us.
I was talking to Cam Martin the other day at media day about how, you know, you have so many different types of running backs, but there's only one football. So how do you as a coach, working on the offense, make sure that everyone gets touches, but also, you know,
That's a great point. So what you do in these scrimmages like this, you're just evaluating. Okay, you got a big picture offense, a big picture defense. There's really no scheme to it. Then after, especially the second scrimmage, you identify your top playmakers. And a big key to coaching is not real hard. Get the ball to your best players. So we will identify that for sure after the second scrimmage and be creative. And whether it's two running backs on the field at the same time or whatever, just getting the ball to your most explosive players.
A few of the coaches pointed out Lee Hunter is the most improved player from the start of camp. What have you seen from him that's different than last year?
He's in shape. He's in shape. He's mentally tougher. He's attacking practice. He's having fun out there. I think that's the biggest thing. He's in a lot better shape, and he's a real player. I mean, you know, I recruited him way back when. He's one of the top recruits in the country, so it's not surprising at all that he's playing at the level he's playing.
Is it your thought process that you'd like to see someone other than Cole Boomer on kickoffs?
We'll see. We'll see where that goes. You know, we're competing. You know, at all those positions, we'll know more after the third scrimmage. That third scrimmage is going to be half a scrimmage for the young guys. It's going to be really situational, and so we'd like to make a call after that.
What do you think about the Big 12 continuing to expand? It's not just Colorado, it's Utah, Arizona State.
Yeah, I mean, I'm coaching my team, and you wake up and something new. I mean, whatever. I mean, we'll worry about that next year. To be honest with you, I mean, y'all probably know more about that than me, but I'm just worried about getting my team ready for this year. We'll cross that bridge next year.
But looking at the bigger picture, like the Big 12 is going to be one of 3 16-team conferences. Like, what are your thoughts on the future of college athletics? I'm glad we're in this conference. We got an outstanding commissioner. He's a visionary guy. I think he is cutting edge for the new age of college football, and we're just excited to be a part, you know, of this conference.
Coach, you talked about on media day how UCF might travel the most air miles of any college football team.
Yeah.
What do you do to prepare for that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an approach and an attitude. It's like, no, you know what? We need to figure out a way to use that as an advantage. We got to be the closest team. Because when you go on the road, it's you against everybody. And so that's what we're doing now. I mean, we're learning to trust each other. We're straining each other. And that way we go on the road, we're ready. Now, also, in the game scenarios, you go on the road, you got to win close games. And so it's those two things. We need to be the closest team in America, and we need to be the most prepared team in America as far as late game scenarios. That's really what we've been talking about, but we're looking at that as an advantage. I mean, we go on the road, man, it's an advantage for us. That's our mindset, and it's easier said than done, but that's what we're approaching.
What more do you want to see from the growth of your secondary over this next week of practice?
I mean, they're getting better every time out. I mean, we're better in the secondary right now than we were last year. I mean, our guys are working together. You know, it's good for them to tackle. You know, they've done a good job competing against our receivers.
Now it's after one full week. What's kind of the objectives now over the next week? Is it building up towards a second scrimmage? You know, what do you want to try to get accomplished?
Yeah, well, you know, it was standard this first week and learning the expectations, which, you know, you find out everything in scrimmage. And so that's what we're going to be focused on, cleaning that up. Then we'll start more install. And second scrimmage will be a little bit different, a little more specific than this one was. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you, Coach.